What is up, guys? It's the Nowler here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the Expedition Marquee. This is a brand new game mode that launched a couple days ago for the clan territories, and it has been the source of a lot of questions. In the couple of expeditions I've been a part of, I've noticed a lot of clans not knowing what they're doing. Even some of my clanmates are in the exact same boat. So the goal of this video is to explain to you exactly how the Expedition Marquee works and to give you some strategies on how to, be to actually win the expedition. It's only been a couple of days, so if you still have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to answer those questions as they come up. But I think this guide will be pretty comprehensive on exactly how you can win out on these expeditions. So without further ado, if we actually pop into the Expedition Marquee, you are actually going to see this screen here first. So the expeditions happen twice every single day, 12 hours apart. So they are lined up to happen at the start of the clan deploy period that are 12 hours apart. So it's like the one before the daily reset for the event that usually happens, and 12 hours away from that. So for me, it's like 11 a.m. Pacific time, and then it's at 11 midnight Pacific time. So you probably should be able to be available for one of them. So it kind of just spread yourselves out. In order to deploy for an expedition, you first of all need 5,000 Marauders cards, so they can be obtained from the Raiders neighborhood, as you can see here, for PvP, for battles and arenas, and these is dependent on like how you place in the arenas, and then also from gem base. Once you do have 5,000, well, actually, you don't need 5,000 to create the team. So you can create the team with literally 0, but you actually do need 4 full squads. From our experience, you can't approve a team with less than 4 squads, so you need 4 clanmates. You also need all of your clanmates to be online at the time, because if not all clanmates ready up, then the expedition fails and it just doesn't happen. So once you get all 4 members, you can ready up. A clan leadership member has to approve your squad, and then you're able to go in the expedition. So what I did sort of to help explain this and take my time when explaining this, I basically took a series of screenshots from the last expedition I went on, and I hope that this really helps for everyone to understand. So without further ado, once the actual timer ends, so once the clan deploy period starts on those expedition timers, then you have a readiness check. So all this means is you need each clan member to ready up, and apparently there is a substitution option. I haven't tried this myself, so I can't really comment on it, but supposedly you're able to find substitutes of members in your clan that are already online. So once you get past this screen and everyone readies up, then we actually do get this screen. So you have to wait for the other teams to get ready as well. So that just takes a couple of minutes, and once that is over, you are greeted with the map. So with this overall map, it's really simple. All our goal is to get these camels from these tents onto the boats. Seems simple enough, right? But it has to be a little bit harder than that. Each of these points here is basically a battle of you versus the other clan. Whoever wins the battle gets that specific point and will allow for you to stack points upon your camel. Each camel is worth 1 point. So just as well with this, we want to kind of go over, right? What matters is the end result of the camel. So when it gets on the actual boat, what color does it have on it? Additionally, an important point to notice here is that the actual positioning of the camels. So you can see at the bottom, the camel is already outside of the tent, meaning that he is going to be in play in the upcoming round. At the top, we have the camel just peeking his head out, seeing what the weather's like. He's not quite ready. He's still warming up, putting his clothes on, and then he's going to step out in a following round. Additionally, you can see the number of camels left in the bottom corner of the tent, and that includes the camel that's just poking his head out. So there's 2 camels total coming out of this top part, and there's 3 camels coming out of the bottom. That's kind of, I think, it for the first portion. Additionally, we also have a couple of buttons that we can use. So at the top here, this button right here allows you to actually see what the health and composition of your clanmates are. If you see at the bottom, also there's another button which allows you to see the status of the previous round that just happened. So based off of what I've told you, right, we want to actually win the point that the camel's at, but that's actually wrong. What we want to do is we want to win the point the camel is going to be at. So you can, as I said before, right, this camel's not going to be coming out this round, but this guy is. He's going to be going to final halt. So whoever wins the battle at final halt will gain 1 point on our camel. So this is the battle output of the first round, and you can see here the winner of each point is highlighted in blue, or I guess your team color. So we're blue, so we won this point, it's highlighted in blue. We lost these points and they're highlighted in red. But like I said, the only point that really matters in this first round is the final halt waypoint. So with that now, you can see that the camel is now at final halt. He's stopping to take a little rest, and the camel now has a blue shield above it, indicating we have sort of like one point up on the camel. All right. Now also you'll see on the top tent now, the camel is now outside of the tent, and the counter at the side of the tent has gone down by 1, meaning in this next round, the important points to win are going to be steep slope for this camel and abandoned camp for this camel. We'll also see at the bottom, the camel is pointing his head out, so then you know in the next round we have to start worrying about him. So that being said, we deployed our squads at both steep slope and abandoned camp, and bam, we won them as well. So 2 blue shields on the bottom camel and 1 blue shield at the top camel. Now, another important thing to note is that what happens to our fighters if they die? We don't really have to worry as much about this, because all that happens for a fighter that dies is they sit the next round out and then they return with full health. So if you have a fighter that dies in round 1, they come back with full health in round 3. If you have a fighter that dies in round 2, they come back with full health for round 4. So you kind of do still need to ration out your fighters, but it's not really a huge worrying point if one of them dies. Okay, so you'll also see now the next point for both the camels are something we haven't encountered yet, and they are the intersection points. Within these intersection points, they work slightly different than the other points. And when we say this, it doesn't really matter which point they're going to. So this camel is going to be going to dangerous intersection, but the actual waypoint doesn't matter yet. Same thing with this camel here going to remote intersection, doesn't matter yet. But if we remember, we look back at our tents, we see the camel from the bottom tent is going to be coming out. So in this round, the only point that really matters here is final halt. So we managed to deploy. We won final halt. There we go. We got 1 shield up on final halt. Still have 1 shield on our camel that's on dangerous intersection, and have both shields still on the remote intersection camel. So once we are now on the intersection points, the winner of that battle determines where the camel will go. This is all pre-selected, so when you open up the view for the remote intersection, what will happen is in the bottom right corner around here, you will see the direction of it. If you tap that direction, it'll switch. So the direction either goes this way or it can go this way. Okay, so now with this, we really kind of want a lot of points on this round. So let's start from the very bottom camel. This is the first camel that we had. Within this now, if we win remote intersection and we point our arrow down towards the endpoint, this camel is going to net us a point. If we point the direction the other way, does it really matter? Because even if the other team wins dry shrubs, he will go from 2 shields down to 1 shield, and then when he gets onto the boat, he's still going to have our shield on him. So realistically, this bottom camel doesn't matter. Let's go to the top camel. Here, we would want to win dangerous intersection and then push him down to beast path. But we have to be a little bit careful about this, because if we lose beast path, this camel is going to flip to a red shield. And then when he gets to the end point, he's going to have a red shield on him, and therefore the other team's going to get a point. So we want to win both dangerous intersection and beast path and send him down. And then finally, we have next up we have the camel at final halt. So if we can win abandoned camp, he will get 2 blue shields, and the top camel, if we win steep slope, we can get him 1 blue shield. So, there's a lot of things to worry about in this round. My suggestion is sort of try to fight for the least waypoints, right? If you have 4 of your people fighting for 4 waypoints, you're going to have a hard time. So the camel that's going to be the farthest away from the end point is what I would give up. So in this situation, I would fight for dangerous intersection, beast path, and abandoned camp. And in this round, we got really lucky. So the other clan, I'm guessing, didn't really know what they were doing, so they didn't actually change the direction of remote intersection. So even though we lost it, they pushed us down to the end point, giving us a point. You can already see it's registered here. We managed to win abandoned camp. We managed to win dangerous intersection and beast path. We did, however, lose steep slope. So we left the one that's the farthest away up to chance, really. And that seemed to work out for us. So the output, we sent 1 camel home. We won abandoned camp and put 2 shields on this camel here. We won dangerous intersection and beast path and put 2 shields on here. But we lost steep slope. Not a huge deal because we're still up. Next up, we have to now look. Beast path doesn't really matter at this point. Even if we lose this, even if nothing happens, this guy's still going to get to the end point with a blue shield. Remote intersection doesn't really matter because it's not going to flip shields on the intersection point. The only point that matters is going to be final halt, because this camel here should get a blue shield. At the top with dangerous intersection, again, we can't flip any shield on the intersection point, so we don't really care about that. So we deployed our squad. We unfortunately lost beast path, and as a result, and we actually won final halt as well, and so we got 1 blue shield here. Dangerous intersection didn't matter, and remote intersections here, and our camel got home, giving us now 2 points. So again, let's think about this for a second. We're up to 2-0. We're feeling good. I will actually give you a second now to sort of think about this and sort of strategize where you would want to go. So I hope that gave you enough time. So we'll go over it one by one again. So remote intersection. If the other clan messes up and he goes down to the end point, that's 1 point for us. If they win remote intersection and they win dry shrubs, we'll just go down to 1 shield. And then we'll get home, we'll still get a point. So this camel realistically is out of play. The camel at the top, however, on dangerous intersection, we want to try and flip. So we need to win dangerous intersection and push him down here and then win beast path. Or we can take the longer road, push him down this way and try to win both dangerous intersection and slippery road. But remember, we're not really super worried about it because we're up to nothing. Even if he scores this camel and we score this camel, we're still going to end up 3-1 up. So again, not a huge concern for us. So what we're going to fight for really is Dangerous Intersection, Beast Path, and Abandoned Camp. Those are the 3 that I think would have been the best points to fight for, because then that way we get the most points. So we managed to win Abandoned Camp, but we did lose Beast Path. We also put a couple of fighters for Remote Intersection and Dry Shrubs, but those didn't really matter at the end of the day. So final result is that this camel at the bottom here is going to be ours at the end of the day. So we're going to go up 3-0, but they're going to score the camel at Beast Path, making it 3-1. And this camel is going to go from Abandoned Camp into Remote Intersection. We don't have to worry about it. And that's it. So the expedition, I believe, has 6 or 7 rounds. And it always ends at like the 40-minute mark. So for me, it starts at 11 o'clock and ends at 11:40. At the end of it, we were up 3-1, and therefore we won the expedition. Now, the expedition rewards you with some chests, I believe. Let me see if we can grab a look at that really quickly. BlueStacks loads really slow on my computer. So if you win the expedition, you actually do get some clan coins and you get these coins. Not a huge deal breaker, but the expeditions are pretty much free to join, and the legendary materials that you gain are from the clan territory sets, and it's some extra food and gold. You also have the chance for skins. I'm guessing these are going to rotate in and out every couple of months or whatever, but it's free stuff. Why not? So overall, I hope this really did help you guys out with learning how the expedition marquee works. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.